This is the beginning of Midnight Sweats. Hello, welcome. This is Solid State Unlimited. It's the newest place on Twitch.tv, and soon enough, with everybody's help, all pulling together, we're gonna make it the best place on Twitch.tv, on MySpace.com, on Facebook, on Twitter. It's going to be the best place on the internet, basically, to go for any of your entertainment. Right now, you're watching Virtual Light Emissions, the best block of entertainment on Twitch.tv, bar none. I don't know, is there anyone else who's doing any sort of block entertainment like this? And the thing too is that I know that there's probably a bunch of people who, like, you know, it's like, hey, we all get together and we stream on the same channel, but you've got like 2 hours of the same guy, and then it's like, then it's another 3 hours of somebody else like 6 hours later. Like, is there anyone else on Twitch who is doing it like this, where you get 20 minutes, bam, there's one person, bam, 20 minutes, another person, bam, another person, and then bam, it's a live call-in talk show right here. That's right. Oh, live call-in talk show, hold on. Where's the Discord? That's right, you can call into Midnight Sweats. You can call in if you've got questions, comments, or clarifications about what I'm talking about at the moment, or if you got something completely different, something completely off the top of your head, something that has absolutely, let's say you've got a non sequitur, okay? Non sequitur, you might say, if you spoke proper English, not like me. Hey, you better watch out. I better watch out. If I speak English too poorly, I might get deported. Welcome to Trump America. Dun dun. Anyways, yeah, if you got a non sequitur, you can call in with that as well. Go to the Discord. It is, let's see, do I have it? I don't think I have it. Fuck. I had it somewhere. Let's see. Here's a direct link. Discord.gg/US4UAG. There we go. Click on that. That's going to get you right to getting on the air. Now, the setup for it's a little weird if you've never used Discord before. Here's what you want to do. If you want to get on the air here on Midnight Sweats, go into the waiting pit at Screeners or at Host, any of those. I'm going to be watching the Discord as well. Do that. Say, hey, I want to get on the air. Go into the waiting pit voice channel. We're going to give you a special role, and we're going to drag you right into the on-air voice channel, and then you're going to speak directly to me. You're going to speak directly to the Solid State Unlimited audience, all right? And don't worry, again, don't get nervous. Don't get self-conscious about being on the air, okay? Just be yourself. You know why? Because first off, here's two reasons to not be afraid. First off, you're watching Solid State Unlimited. You're already better than 98% of the rest of the people on Twitch.tv already, just at the base level. The number two reason is, again, we're on Twitch, so chances are everybody else is going to be, you know, far more autistic than you, and you have nothing to be afraid about. There's nothing for you to be embarrassed about, all right? And hey, don't worry, I'm going to be here. I'm the host. I'm here. I'm going to talk to you. I'm going to connect to you in a way that you can't connect with other streamers, mainly because they don't really care about you. All right, and I'm not trying to be a weirdo. I'm not trying to be your friend. I'm not trying to be your digital pal. All right, but what we're gonna do is we're gonna have like an actual conversation. We can actually talk. I'll listen to what you're saying. Now, I might make fun of you, or I might make a joke off of what you say, but that's just, it's a show. What do you want me to do? But I'll actually listen to you. I'll treat you like a human being, rather than the attention and money cattle that other streamers see you as. This is a place, Solid State Unlimited. Our number one rule, our number one rule is to piss everybody off. But one of the high top tier rules that we have at Solid State Unlimited is to treat people as human beings. Doesn't mean respect, doesn't mean we're gonna respect you, doesn't mean we're gonna be nice to you, but we will treat you like an actual real human being. And I think that's sort of, that's something that we don't see a lot of in these days, these times. There's something that the internet has done to people, and that we can't even see each other as human beings. On Twitter, yeah, you're not going to see each other as human beings because it's fucking Twitter. You're not interacting with a human being. You're interacting with 140 characters of a human being. All right? You're interacting with a reduced and heightened version of a person, a very, no, it's not heightened, a narrow view of a person, all right? You're talking to somebody through 140 characters. There's only going to be a very short, small slice of them that is going to be able to get through. That's not a real interaction, all right? And that's why, if you're having a big, stupid fucking argument on Twitter, don't get upset about it, dude. You're not, that's not a normal human interaction. That's like getting mad at somebody for killing you on a video game. All right? They didn't actually kill you. You're not actually dead. All right? There is a context to what you're doing and what you're saying to each other. All right, so can we please, hey, get into Twitter arguments? I don't fucking care. It's funny as shit. It's probably a waste of time, but don't treat it like somebody actually like getting mad at you, because that's fucking impossible. Okay. That's why I got Midnight Sweats. That's why I wanted to do a call-in show, because I don't want the 140 characters. I don't even want the 280 characters. I don't want the Facebook status update of your fucking life, all right? I want to talk to you people. I want to talk to you voice to voice. And get, I'm not going to get the full you, but at least I'm going to get the complete you for the short amount of time that we're going to spend together. Anyways, who am I? Of course, I'm Edgar Castor. I'm the host of Midnight Sweats and one of the Let's Players in Video Visions, which we were just watching. Let's see the whole list of stuff that we're going to be talking about. So we got some topics that we're going to be talking about. Again, if you want to call in, do that about the topics I'm speaking about and I'm probably going to be complaining about. Do that or whatever you want to talk about. The biggest thing. Yeah, so another thing about us here at Solid State Unlimited, this is going pro, all right? We're going to do this professionally. We're going to be prime examples of non-amateurness, all right? That's why we have a schedule. That's why we keep to the schedule. That's why we have stuff that's set up and ready to go, all right? And one big change since I have moved over to Solid State Unlimited, I've made it's not really a New Year's resolution. It's just something I've decided on around New Year's, okay? So you can take it as a New Year's resolution if you really want to. But I've decided there will be no streaming without pants on. Okay, I'm not gonna be these sort of disgusting people who stream in like their boxer briefs and then a t-shirt. All right, no, I'm sorry. You, the audience, deserve a little bit better than that. Okay, you deserve somebody who's going to take the time to put on pants and actually get ready for the stream. Did I dry my paper? No, I had to throw away. I had to throw away all the paper that got wet when I knocked over my water. And so what I've done, so I put pants on and I put my water in a drawer and I got it slightly closed so I can sort of, I can hit it a couple times and it's not going to spill, right? And if it does spill, it's not going to be on any electronics. That's right, Pixel Demon, you got to put some pants on. And I'm not going to require a button up, but if you have one of those, that's preferred to a t-shirt. Ooh, baby. There's some water. Safe water. Let's see, MySpace. I have 1,200 friends on there. I don't know if you can beat that. God damn. That was one of the changes that Facebook. Now, you kids out there don't remember the social media wars of 2008, but I do. I was there. I think I was streaming on here on what Twitch used to be, Justin.tv. I think I was on air when the social media wars were going on, and it was a brutal and it was a quick war. Because Facebook just completely fucking decimated MySpace. But one of the big things, obviously, that they did was, there was the exclusivity when they first started, which you can see in the social media. Oh, sorry, the movie The Social Network, which is a great movie. But one of the things that I don't really know if they go into in the movie is that MySpace was a den of just shit of HTML horrors. All right. You'd have people like they would, and it's fucking insane. But like, I remember there was this one girl I was friends with we went to high school together. So this girl, a couple things about this girl. All right. So she was the type of girl she had polka dots on the backs of, as the background of her, MySpace page. And even worse than that, she made it a GIF or a GIF, whatever you want to say. And so they would rotate colors just randomly. So you had these fucking dots of colors, and they were all the bright versions, bright neon colors, just spamming in the background. You can't read anything. It's gonna give most people a fucking seizure just looking at it. But she saw that and went, yeah, that's what I want to do. A couple other facts about this girl. Total drug addict even in school, which is, whatever. Probably not really good home life, but also I'm not laughing about that, I swear to God. Edgar, social media vet of 2002, pretty much, yeah. Hey, if you guys have any stories about the social media wars of 2008, again, go to the Discord, call in. We can talk about that as much as you want. I am not above talking about Facebook and Twitter. All right. It's just a part of the culture. Anyway, so a couple other things about this girl is that she dated and got impregnated by this dude who would regularly beat her, sold meth, and worst of all, he dressed like a greaser, where he'd get like he'd cuff his pants and he'd slick back his hair and he'd pretend like he was in the 1950s gang or something like that. That was the worst part about him. And she saw fit to have his seed implanted and come out of her. And I remember one of the saddest things I ever saw on MySpace was, so this was a guy who beat her, all right? That makes him a bad guy. You can't beat your wife, right? That's just fucked up. But this was so fucked up. This was how sad MySpace was. You know what? And you know what would be a good, not a good, but an interesting bit would be Facebook sadness. I need to go through Facebook pages and just find the sad parts of real life that people put on their Facebook. So this was one of them, and this was on her MySpace back then. So it's MySpace sadness. And so she's already pregnant. She's already been beat. He's already selling meth. He's already a fucking greaser. And she posts, and one of her posts is just like, I won't use his real name, but let's call him Gabriel. Okay, it's like, oh, Gabriel, listen, me and Samantha, your daughter, we need you. Okay, we need you. Please come home. And it's like she's pleading with this guy who beats her, sells meth, and is a greaser, pleading for him to come back home. And it's like, what, how could you write that? Like, what an odd slice of sadness inside somebody's life. It's just fucking terrible. Like, how can you pick your day up from that? Where you're just like, Jesus, that's your fucking life. Like, that's beaming directly. And she's trying to get a hold of him through MySpace. Can't call him, can't text him. I gotta communicate with my estranged husband through MySpace. Well, let's not go too far. Not husband, baby daddy, basically. But like that's one of the parts of MySpace and Facebook, that they don't really advertise. They don't say like, hey, you can have all the sad parts of your life come out through Facebook. They try to really glitz it up and be like, wow, check out all these cool things you did in 2012. Remember that time? And, I don't think they curate it. So like if you posted like, yeah, she finally left me. She took the kids. She took everything. I'm living out of my car now. And if you put that on Facebook, there's a chance like 4 years later, Facebook will remind you of the time that you were such a fuck up your wife left you. Like, hey, remember that? Oh my God! Even worse if you have like, do they have an AI bot that like detects that kind of stuff? You know what they need? They need an AI bot that detects sadness, and if it's like if it's a picture of you and like one of your ex-girlfriends, it needs to see like, okay, these people were in a relationship and now are not in a relationship. Maybe don't bring that up. Now, I assume like if you're any kind of man that you, once you break up with a girl, and I only had to deal with this, once, but I did have to, I did date within the social media era. So there was that weird thing of when like you break up and it's like, well, how long do you wait to like unfriend her? How long do you wait to change the status of your relationship? Like, do you do it right away? Or is it like it's sort of like fucked up that like you just broke up with somebody and then you're like, well, I guess it's time to change the old status, time to update. Oh boy, I finally got a reason to log back on. Time to make some changes. Like, or do you like wait a day so it doesn't seem like your first like that's your priority now is to like, all right, I broke up with you, you stupid bitch. Now I gotta let the whole world know I'm single. Hey ladies, okay, I'm ready. I dumped the baggage. I'm time to go. She should have sent him a message on MySpace with HTML code that made the screen have snow. Do you remember the time in the wintertime when you didn't have money to pay the heat bill, the energy bill, so our power went out, and then it was snowing and we had to get under the blanket all together and keep each other warm? Do you remember that? Come home, Gabriel, please. Oh my god. But yeah, like, is that something people worry about now? Like I have left Facebook for a long time. I've not thought about Facebook for a while. So I don't know. Like I imagine people still use Facebook, but it's like I feel like kids are kind of moving on from it. And and I knew this was going to happen. As soon as grandma gets on Facebook, it's done. Like, you don't like that's when the kids start to leave, when the parents are using it. It's like, hey, sonny boy, I saw your new Facebook post, huh? Are you going to update your status about seeing your grandpa? And it's like, great grandpa. Yeah, yeah, I'm trying to pick up chicks, and that's what I want them to see. A picture of me and my fucking grandpa. God damn it. All you have is dial-up over here, grandpa. Fuck you. So I think, kids are sort of splintering up from there. And again, I probably talked about this already, so I'll keep it short. But, after seeing MySpace just get fucking taken over by Facebook, literally Facebook was just an improved version of MySpace. So, I sort of thought like, well, what's going to take over Facebook? Like, what's going to eat that up? Because it just replaced it. Like it did the same thing, but just better. And what I realized a couple years in is that, it was like, oh, Google has enough money. They can do it. No, they could not. Google Plus was fucking terrible. And just, again, and I think it's the problem that Facebook worked and it was able to gobble up MySpace because it was a simpler MySpace. It reduced everything to just the core. Say what you want to say, put a picture up, say if you want to fuck or not, say if you're eligible to fuck or not, say if you can fuck in public, or you can publicly let everybody know you're fucking, or if you're gonna have to fuck in secret. It got the information out there and it reduced all the clutter. So Google Plus had nothing, like it couldn't reduce Facebook further. That's just Twitter, and Twitter already existed, and Twitter can't make money, so fuck it. And there wasn't really anything to improve. I don't know, like the only thing they had was like voiced, like Google Plus did voice chat before Facebook and before Skype was really prolific. So you could get together and talk with people, but I don't know, that wasn't enough of a killer app to get Google Plus anywhere. So it died. So what happened, instead of something eating Facebook up, people just kind of filtered off into their own little niches. And that was the thing too, is that was when it like, that's when something's a cultural touchstone, and it's not really going to be replaced by another cultural touchstone. Like at a certain point, everybody kind of knew about Facebook. At a certain point, everybody was kind of on the same page about it. And now that's sort of what happens after something like that, after a congregation like that, it sort of gets too big, and then people sort of leave into their own little tribes, and sort of these leaks break through, and people go into their own niches. So you've got like Instagram for people who do pictures. So people who like the pictures portion of Facebook, just go to Instagram. If you want to go back to the heady days of MySpace, where you can customize your look and you want to repost a bunch of shit, you can go to Tumblr. And then if you want to have discussions, you can go to Discord. So there's a lot of, so there wasn't any one thing that replaced Facebook. It's still around, but it's just kind of like you go to different places for like a better version of this thing that that Facebook has. Am I talking about MySpace? Is that really what's going on right now? All right, you know what? I'm going to take a break here. It's going to be around 10 minutes or so just stick around. I got some music here to play. Let me see what I got. I don't know. Anytime that I start talking about MySpace, it's time to take a break. It's time for me to to meditate for a little bit, and just sort of recenter myself and talk about something that's fucking modern. It's 2018, people, okay? Like, what the fuck am I doing here? now entering the ring, weighing in at a disgusting 230 pounds, at 6 feet tall, Edgar Kastner. I mean, come on, listen to this shit. See you, Juego Valiente, and you say that you're the defender of video games. Well, I call you a casual. I'm gonna show the people a real hardcore player. All right, this is when I become a wrestler. This is gonna be my intro music. All right, that's fucking great. But the only problem is that it just automatically fucking cuts off. Like, bam. I think it's because it goes into another song, so I'm gonna cut that up a little bit. Anyways, I'm gonna be using that. It's called "Sweat for Blood," which is fucking perfect for Midnight Sweats. I'm gonna use that as the song to let you guys know that, hey, I'm coming back. The fucking music break is over, and it's time to get some more sweating in. All right, I'm sweating a little bit. It's getting a little bit warm in my room, and I don't know if that's because the heat is on or if I'm just heating up with my body heat. Have you ever known somebody who just like gives off like fucking like heat, like the disgusting body heat? And there's nothing worse. There's nothing worse than a stranger's body heat. Perfect example is you know a time when another person's heat, another person's energy is disgusting. The most obvious one is the toilet seat. When you go into a public restroom and you sit down and your ass touches the seat and you go, oh no, somebody was just sitting here. And that's the type of that's the type of connection with another person that you don't want. Is that knowledge? Like, we all know, all right? And here's the thing too, is that I've, for a certain portion of my life, I was a janitor, so I have cleaned public restrooms, and it's disgusting. So I know how bad it gets, and I have the knowledge, okay? I know that other people use these restrooms multiple times a day. I know that my ass is not the only ass that has been on that seat. But you don't want a reminder of it, okay? You want to walk in, you want to sit down, and you want to feel cold, right? You want to go like, man, you know it's a lie, but you want to be able to keep the illusion that nobody else has used this particular toilet today, all right? For some reason, it's just been the other 2 or 3 toilets that have been used. This one, nobody else has used. You're the first person. It got cleaned by somebody getting paid under $15 an hour. They cleaned it all up. They used the disinfectant. And this is the first ass today that has sat down on it. You need that illusion, because as soon as you sit down and you feel the warmth, it's just disgust, automatic. You're gonna puke and make that person who makes under $15 do even more work because you just puked all over the fucking floor. You need that. You don't want that kind of connection. You want that. You want a separation. You want an ass cheek separation. Okay, I don't want to feel your body warmth on the toilet seat. And that's why I think what we need is we need like AC units. We need a way to cool down toilet seats. As soon as have like a little sensor on it, so that so when it clicks down, it knows that, okay, there's a human on this, okay? And then after it clicks back up, after you lift up, it knows, okay, somebody just got up, and it runs for like 5 minutes or whatever, and it doesn't get it cold, but it just brings it up to room temperature as quickly as possible. So within 5 minutes, somebody else can sit on that toilet seat, and they won't know the difference. They won't even know anybody was on there. Like that's just, it's one of those things that is that would be a public service. We got where is the government funding for that? Where's the government funding for cooled toilet seats? All right, let's go up to Washington. Let's go tell Trump and like, hey, grab some of that porn star money. All right, instead of this month buying another porn star that looks like your daughter, how about you take some of that money and get me cooled toilet seats? All right, please. This is important. Okay, the champion. The champion of MySpace. Yes. You may have thought that you just vanquished MySpace, but the spirit of destroyed social media websites courses through my veins. MySpace, LinkedIn. What's some other ones? Fuck, I can't. Oh my god. There's another one that was stumbled upon. There was another one. There was another one that was like around the time of MySpace. That I think it was before MySpace. Like, there's nothing. MySpace got publicly slaughtered. But what's even worse is the social media platforms that were on before MySpace, who did kind of the same thing, but they didn't even get to play. Like, they didn't even get into the big leagues at all. They were destroyed and eaten before the public could even find out about them. I remember one of my friends was on it and he invited me to it, and then for like 10 years afterwards you'd always get like this notification that like, oh, I even cleaned my seat before I use it. Are we on a delay? Did we not turn off? Is this stream on a delay? Because I know, like, I remember that was one of the reasons that I left Twitch originally a couple years ago, is that they introduced a mandatory delay of like, I don't know, 20 seconds or 10 seconds or something. And even back then, like I tried not to do the digital best friend thing there. But there's a certain amount of content that comes from the chat. And the only way to really use the chat is if you can see it as quickly as possible. You need to be able to respond to something within 10 seconds if it's popped up. At least have the option, or be able to like see it and then process it in your head. Like, you can see something in chat and not automatically just like, oh, hey, I'm just gonna read something somebody put up on the chat. Hey, oh, thank you for watching my show. Hey, thanks for watching, guys. Hey, you can put anything in the chat and I'll just read it and I'll laugh and I'll make you think you're real funny. You don't have to do that, but if you see something in the chat, the quicker you can see it, you can work that into what you're talking about, and then you can reference it. You can do that kind of stuff, but when you've got like a 30-second delay, it's all fucked up. And again, that's another reason that I want to do the call-in show. Remember, go to the discord.gg. I don't know where it is. It's up in the chat. I'll just put it in there again. Click on that. That'll give you an instant invite. It's free. There's no waiting period. Anybody can basically walk into this shit and just fuck it all up. You can try, I guess, but it's not that big yet. So, it's like you don't want to I put my cup up on the top of the desk and I realized I was going to knock it over. It's like you don't chop the tree down as soon as it sprouts some leaves. You give it a couple years and let it get kind of bigger, because, like if you're going to chop it down, you at least want to get some wood out of it, Like if you chop down a sproutling, like you get like a stick, you can hit your kids. You can physically abuse your kids with it, but that's about all you're going to be able to use. Maybe you can dry it out and use it as a piece of kindling, one of many. No, you gotta let it grow. So if you're gonna destroy the Discord for Midnight Sweats, at least let it grow a little bit bigger before you go in for it, okay? Disgusting. I'm sorry about the cough. I'm still on the very ass end of this sickness. And it's still, there's still stuff coming out of my fucking nose, and I hate it. I'm having to. There's nothing worse than having to blow your nose at work. And fortunately, we've got these like I work in a warehouse, so we've got these t-shirt cloths that we use as like basically to wipe stuff down with. So they're free for anybody to use, and they don't care about it because it's basically free for them. It's just used t-shirts, which is kind of gross to put on your nose. But it's like, it's something I can just empty my nose into and nobody really cares about it. And it's like, it makes you realize that there was a time when people had handkerchiefs that they would carry around, and they would just basically empty their nose into a piece of cloth and then like put it in their pocket. Like I'm sure that a lot of people figured out some way to like fold it so that like the snot would sort of get encapsulated. But of course there was always the gross person who like didn't care about that. So they would empty their nose into the cloth and then just sort of shove it back in their pants pocket, and just like it would get all over their hands, it would get all over the inside of their pocket, and when they would pull it out, there'd just be a string of fucking snot coming off. Disgusting. It's even worse that, you know, it's not as bad, but it's close as bad to a warm toilet seat. How did I even get onto that? I have no idea. Anyways, yeah. So we were watching Pixel Demon play something. I actually, you know what? I don't even. What the fuck was that game called? Was it Jotun? I saw the word Jotun used in that game a lot, but I don't know if that was just the name of a god or something else. But it was in Video Visions. Pixel Demon was playing it earlier on the pre-recorded shows. Oh my god! And we can talk about. You know what? That's a good point. Let me actually talk about the pre-recorded stuff. So there's been some changes that have happened to Twitch here, and they've got these new what is it? It's the new video producer section on Twitch, and it seems when I first saw it, I thought like, oh, okay, that's good. That's kind of the I'm trying. You know, Solid State Unlimited has pre-recorded stuff, and so any more. If they're giving me more ways to sort of control that experience, the better, you know, because we're just DIYing it as much as possible, where we're just recording stuff, putting it in there, and then playing it through the VOD cast, you know, as janky as possible, where it just plays one after the other. And yeah, like I'm gonna have to start Dreamland Ritual after this, so I've got to get it all loaded up. Let me see. Actually, is it ready to go? I'll figure that out at the very end, but yeah, the rerun queue is all kinds of fucked up now. Like, it's got a bunch of shit in there. The rerun still has... Okay, so it doesn't have all the old stuff. Okay, that is very good. And that is going to go right in there. Perfect. That's beautiful. Anyways, yeah, so so the video producer stuff seemed like a good idea when I first saw it. And then unfortunately I looked closer into it. So they've got like this bizarre thing that they're doing with it, which is that, so when you upload something, it has to be premiered, and you have to premiere stuff on like at the top of the hour or at the 30-minute mark of the hour. So, and I'm like, you know, like that would be fine if like I could start, like if I could string a bunch of videos together and have it start at 8 o'clock, no matter what, that would be great. But it seems like you're going to have to premiere like every video individually, or what we would have to do is like splice all of the videos that we have together into one video and then upload that, and then have that run at 8 o'clock, and that will play everything one after the other. Otherwise, it seems like it's going to try to like make you set a premiere for every video, and we've got the bumpers in between, so that's going to make it even more difficult. So you're going to have to like watch 20 minutes of one episode and then wait 6 minutes, and then you'll get a bumper and then wait like another half hour. It seems all kinds of fucked up. I think the only comments that I've seen about it is saying that it's all fucked up and it's bad. So I assume they're going to change it, and they still have the reruns where it basically you can set it up as the VODs were before, which just fucking like just works better. So I don't really know what they were thinking on that. So that's it's kind of weird. But yeah, so I assume they're going to change it, but it's like and they want every new thing that comes. I like the idea of doing premieres. I like the idea of saying like, hey guys, because that's all we do. We haven't really run reruns on this channel because it's less than a week old. So if I can tell people like, hey, this is pre-recorded, but it's new. This is a premiere. I like that idea. But then they just fuck it up on something so simple as like, yeah, but it has to be on the top of the hour or half an hour. It's got to be either one of those. It has to be premiered through there. And it's like, I don't understand like why they had to encapsulate, like they had to take control of it like that. you know, like I guess it makes it seem more like a, I don't know, like a TV station where it's like, oh, the new stuff premieres at 8 p.m. so you don't have to think about it. It'll be at that next interval, which is fine. It's not really that good of an idea. And then on top of it, you have to use it. Anytime that they like force you to use something that's not a great idea, it's fucking terrible. So I assume at some point that Twitch is going to be changing that. So hopefully they do it fucking soon. And hopefully they leave the rerun thing as is, and we don't like fucking Christ, dude. Like if they force the use of the premiere stuff, tomorrow's gonna be all fucked up. Like I don't know what you know what we're gonna do if that's fucked up. I'm gonna have to stream me watching the videos in my browser. That's what we're gonna have to do. We're gonna have to do third party watching. It's our own content, so we won't get community strikes. But still, it's. I don't know who the fuck thought that was a good idea. Like, who was like, yeah, let's force them to do it this specific way. Like, give them control over it? No way. That's insane. We're talking about Twitch streamers, okay? They're fucking dumb. They have no idea what the fuck they're doing. We have to give them overlays. We have to give them an ability to make the same overlay that everybody else does inside of it, inside of the actual website, because they're too dumb to make their own. They just, you know, oh my God, don't even get me started on fucking overlays. So yeah, I don't know if there's anybody who's watching who does their own channel, who streams as well, and I think that's most for audience. But yeah, what do you guys think of this new video producer thing? Is there anything about it that you actually like? And, you know, obviously there's going to be things you don't like about it. Either, you know, you can let me know in the chat, or you can go to the Discord and you can see it live. And we'll spam this VOD to Twitch and let everybody know how much we fucking hate this shit. It's so bad. Yeah, but I don't know. Like, it's as long as they don't force me to actually use it, I'll be okay with that. But like, how terrible is that? That's the best they can do, is like, hey, we've got these new features and we're gonna kind of force you to do it, but not really, because we know if we did, everyone would would throw a fit. And Twitch, I feel, is a little bit more, I want to say, not weak, but sensitive to people like rising up. Like, YouTube is so big that like it's going to survive no matter what. But Twitch, even with Amazon backing, like, if people like, Twitch has nothing else other than the streamers right now. Like, they don't have, YouTube at least was supposed to be like, it's supposed to be TV. They've got, YouTube was videos that are uploaded, so even if everybody stopped uploading for like a month, you'd still have like just a shit ton of like, you'd have a shit ton of content already still on YouTube, whereas Twitch is all kind of live. So if everybody stopped streaming for a month, like, it would affect it. Even with VODs, even with the old clip shows, the content on Twitch is mass consumption. It's basically garbage that you eat and then you shit out and you don't think about it. Like, you don't you don't think about the Twitch streams that you've already watched. It's similar to radio in that way, and that, like, no shit, like, I have listened to an episode of a podcast that I listened to like 5 years ago, and it's like 5 minutes in and I'm like, oh, I remember all of this. I remember every single part of this. And there's a part of it that, like, you go, oh, I don't want to re-listen to this. Like, I heard all of this, which is just, that's just how sort of talk radio is. And that's the same thing with Twitch streaming. Like, it's all live. Like, the excitement is because it's live and happening now. And so when you're rewatching it, and again, it's like, it's how people can sit there and just watch Twitch streamers for like 7 hours at a time, because you don't know what's going to happen next. You don't know. They could stop streaming in the next 5 minutes, or they might go on for another 2 hours. But let's be honest, if you miss somebody, like if there's a streamer that you like and you miss their stream, and you go back and you see like a 7 hour archived stream, you go, I'm not gonna watch all that. Like, it's like, you might watch some of it, you'll watch a little bit, you'll skip around and then you'll sort of leave and you'll be like, that's fine. I've watched enough. And especially the people who stream for 7 hours. Like, I mean, yeah, like I don't know. Like I can't imagine there's anybody who's like, yeah, this if I'm gonna watch this whole thing, I'm going to watch 7 hours of this. I'm in it for the long haul. Nobody's in it for the long haul. It's the excitement of it happening live that keeps people going. So that's Twitch again. Just, I don't know. Like, and it's the thing too of like, they're trying to control how you use it, and it doesn't, like, that's fucking stupid. It's this weird, like, not quite nanny state, but it's like they want to make it as like, because Twitch streamers are so fucking lazy, you know. Again, it's like the idea of like, I'm gonna get an overlay. How's my overlay gonna look? It's gonna look like everybody else's because I don't have independent thought. I don't have a creative bone in my body. So I think they're kind of reacting to that. So they're gonna make it where it's like, don't think about it. Don't worry. You upload something and then you click it and it'll just snap instantly to an 8 o'clock into the top of the hour or half an hour. We'll do it for you. It's all going to be uniform and your stream will look like everybody else's. I think that's the mindset that they have is they want it. Twitch streamers want their stream. And this is how just creatively fucked Twitch is that is the mindset of almost everybody here, and to a certain extent YouTube as well, but it's I want my stream to look like everybody else's. What's somebody else doing? I want to do that, exactly that. You know, there's a certain element of any activity, any sort of creative output, that there's certain things that work and certain things that don't. And there's certain things that work better than others. And being a contrarian douchebag about it and doing things specifically different just to say, which, you know, I'm kind of in that camp right now. As you can see how I don't have a face cam, I don't have an overlay, I don't have fucking anything going on. It's very bare bones right now. And yeah, I'm not even playing a video game. Like, I'm as contrarian as you can get. I'm not even eating in front of you, okay? I eat my supper by myself. I don't stream it for everybody. Jesus, you know, it's like it's like I want to be left alone. But anyways, you know, but there's a certain point where being that kind of contrarian doesn't do you any favors, where there's some things that just fucking work. It's just like, just fucking do it, all right? It's like, I'm gonna write a song, but it's gonna have off notes. And then it's like, it just sounds like shit. And you're like, yeah, but it's unique. It's different than every other song. Nobody's written this song before. And it's all right, yeah, dude, it's unique and it's different, but it sounds like shit. There's certain things that you have to do. There's rules on anything that you have to follow to a certain extent. And again, you know, the only way to really break a rule effectively is to know all the rules, because then you know how to break it and when to break it, and how to break it in a way that's actually, you know, that's not just unique but creative and thoughtful. So there's a certain element of, you know, like if you see somebody doing something that's really smart, you know, yeah, fuck it, yeah, go steal it, fuck it, you know, it works, okay, it's good. But the idea of doing, you know what, and I'm really trying to not have Midnight Sweats just devolve into Twitch bashing every single night, so I'll keep this brief. But this was a legitimate thought I had outside of streaming, when I wasn't staring Twitch in the face. But the problem with some of these streams is, especially when they get to the money grubbing, that's the fucking worst. Because yeah, you can find ways to money grub on Twitch, and you can find a lot of examples on how to make it work, and you can steal those ideas. But at a certain point, when every single, like if you've ever watched PBS, Public Broadcasting System, okay, or the Public Broadcasting Service, whatever it's called, they would do like a yearly pledge drive. where it's like, hey, this is publicly funded, and if you want us to stick around, you got to pony up some money, because it's not, we're not for profit. We don't have a bunch of ads, okay? So if you want those dry British comedies and old Monty Python episodes, you're gonna have to pony up some money, all right? So they would do the drive, but it was always the worst time. It was the worst part of the year. If you watched PBS, it's like, oh, great. Now it's like some of the shows will still be on, but they'll be constantly interrupting it with, can you give us some money? $50 and we'll give you a tote bag and you can show everybody that you support public broadcasting, and it's just constant money grubbing. Look at all these phones. Call in right now. There's 50 people giving money to us right now. You could be 51. It's this whole pledge drive, and it's annoying. And it's not fun to watch. Like, there can't be a segment. There's a couple of people, but I can't believe there's a large segment of the population who found the PBS pledge drives to be exciting. I wonder how much money they're gonna make this year. / me eat food. I'll get to that in a second. Yeah. But like, there's nothing entertaining about watching somebody else make money. But I'm wrong. There's a part of me that's wrong, though. And it's sad, and I don't want it to be true. But here at Midnight Sweats, you know what? Release the fantasy, live in reality. We just got to live in reality, okay? And Twitch has proven that there is a large portion of people who do enjoy watching other people make money. And you can see it in all of those fucking streams where they do the pledge drive. That's their show. That's all they do. The entire show, the entire stream is just them doing things to get money. Oh boy, if you give me $5, I'll say your name. If you give me $10, I'll friend you on Steam. If you give me $50, I'll do jumping jacks. And that's their, it's not, and the thing too is they're not even good enough at it to do it like once a year and then go back to real content. That's it. That's all they do. That's their content. It's this weird interaction that they have. And this is something fucked up about the people who watch it as well. First off, you have too much money. Second off, you don't have that much money, okay? The people giving those $5 and $10 bills, $10 pledges to those streamers, they shouldn't be wasting their money on that. Those aren't people who have a house, all right? If you don't have a house yet, if you don't got some land, all right, if you don't got a place to retire to, you shouldn't be giving your money to fucking streamers, okay? That's a truth right there. Don't do that. Save it. Buy a house, and then you can do stupid shit with your money. Except for when the taxes come in, and then you're fucked. Okay, but there's just a portion of people. So they give money. It's not just about watching somebody else gain money, but because of how they set it up, again, it's like, if you donate the X amount, I'll do this for you. And so it's this weird, disgusting, you know what it is? It really is this weird, like, disgusting version. It's the closest thing to prostitution you can do without actually involving sexual acts. But it's basically prostitution, because what you're doing is you're paying somebody to do something they don't want to do for your pleasure. There's a part, the only thing that makes, and I'm just trying to think about how this works in reality. And the reality is, the only way that you can get that many people to give you money for doing stupid stuff is if the people giving you the money kind of get off on it. They kind of get off on the idea of being able to control somebody, of being able to affect somebody like that. I'm going to give this person, and females do it probably a lot more than males. There's probably more of a sexual component that goes into it, so it's typically more that. But I think there's still plenty of guys on Twitch who do the same shit. And I said I wasn't going to talk about this for very long, but here we are, almost 10 minutes later. So I'll wrap it up. But there is that portion of like, hey, I can make this person do things at my whim. I got to pay them, but it's at my whim. They will do those jumping jacks. They will write my name on the board. I'll pledge enough money that every time I speak in chat, they'll have to talk to me. And that's fucking gross. Like, you know, yeah, dude, everybody has like these impulses and these urges. You don't have to give in to every single one of them, and you especially don't want to wallow in them like that. Like, dude, you gotta rise up a little bit more than that. You gotta get out of that. You can't sit there and just like mentally masturbate to somebody doing something because you gave them $50, because eventually you're gonna run out of $50, and then the heartbreak that's gonna happen when they don't talk. Once you run out of money, once you don't give them that money, they're not gonna say your name anymore. They're not going to do the jumping jacks for you anymore, okay? You're going to be left behind, and that, my friend, is going to break you, because if you're at that point, you've got nothing else. It's terrible. Also, Pixel Demon, watching people eat food, I don't know what that is seriously, it's this enhanced form. You know what Twitch is? Twitch is, okay, it's watching people play video games, it's watching people do stuff for you, being able to control people, it's people being able to be your fucking digital friend, and it's like this heightened version of the worst parts of the rest of the internet, all condensed into one website. All right, so here's the thing with the eating thing, and I think this is true, but so it's the basic thing of watching people eat on Twitch is it's like how people post food right before they eat it, and they're like, oh man, that looks so fucking good. I want to put that in my mouth. Yeah, I know you do. And now you don't just get a slobber over it when you're looking at the picture. Now you can see that delicious meal that's been homemade or bought at a store, and now you get to watch it get eaten. That's the pleasure that you're looking for, buddy, and that's bad. All right, I'll see you guys next time, man, as this has been Midnight Sweats Dreamland Rituals coming up next. So stick around for it. I'm MegaCast, and I'll see you guys tomorrow night.